Hey there guys, it's Up14503 and welcome to my first review of, well, Let's Play Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Now, I'm sorry this took so long, I shouldn't have done this, but this is my second time recording and making this, so, yeah. So, without any further bullshitting, let's get right into it. Now, you probably know the verdict already, but this game is freaking sweet. It is awesome. The story is amazing. The graphics are just phenomenal. For a PSP game, these are the best graphics I've ever seen for a PSP game. Granted, they are a little cartoony, which I think is a little easier to animate and make good looking, but they're still awesome. Best I've ever seen on a PSP. So graphics, 5 out of 5. Now, I'll give you a little rundown of the story. This takes place 10 years before Sora gets the Keyblade, so 10 years before the events of Kingdom Hearts 1. And you could play as... You have 3 playable characters to play as. You can play as Terra, who is... and each one has their own special attributes. You can play as Terra, who's in the clip right now, with the brown hair, who is the attacker. Nothing but strength with this guy, but he kind of lacks in magic, so... yeah, you can play as Aqua, who you can see in the clip right now as well. She is basically the Donald of the game. She's more magic type, and actually probably one of the better characters in the game, I have to say. And yeah, so she does magic very well. Then there's Ventus, who looks a little bit like Roxas, I have to say. Who am I kidding? He looks exactly like Roxas. There's a story behind that, but they don't really explain it that much, but you could probably guess what happens. I don't want to give anything away. So, yeah. And he's the speed. He's the fastest one in the game, with attacks and or running and dodging and all that junk. So, with the characters, I have to say the character with the best story has to be Terra. I just beat his story the other day, so, yeah. I've been going hard on Kingdom Hearts, seriously. I've been going real hard in this game. But, yeah, what was I gonna say? God, I was just gonna bring out something. Yeah, Terra's story is definitely the best story in the game, I think. I have a few complaints, although, of course. First off, the endings. The endings, of course there's a secret ending, like many of the other games. I'm not quite sure what we have to do. I'm gonna go through a first playthrough first and then go back and play it again. Of course. Who doesn't do that in a Kingdom Hearts game? I've already seen the secret ending, actually. Thank God for YouTube. Ugh. Yeah, so the secret ending probably explains it a little bit more, but the endings that they have for most of the characters, they could have been a little better. Like a little bit more epic and give a little bit more story. A little bit of conclusion of the story. It kind of just ends right there and doesn't really give any other explanation. Another complaint I have is that in the game, you don't fight the Heartless, you fight the Unversed. Which, it's cool. I don't mind having a new enemy to face. But the thing is, they don't really give much of a backstory to the Unversed. They kind of explain it a little bit in the beginning, but you kind of have to elaborate a little bit on how the Unversed became the Heartless. One thing I want to point out is I'm just nitpicking here. This is an awesome game. I'm just nitpicking, taking out the little things that kind of annoyed me, but have no say in the final verdict of the game for me. God, I had another complaint. Oh, another complaint I had wasn't just for this game, but it was many of the other Kingdom Hearts games that came out that weren't for PS2. Why did they have to change the command bar? They had it perfect in the first and second game. There was really no need to change it at all. Just keep it the way it was, you know, just attack, magic, items, and special attack, or whatever they had at the 4th bar at the bottom. In this game, it's a little better than 365 days over 2 or 368, whatever it's called. It's a little better than that because I freaking hated that one for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, it's a lot better, and it takes some getting used to, but it, it it's pretty easy to get used to after a while if you play this game enough. And trust me, you will be playing it for a long time. um, yeah. So yeah, like I said, most of the complaints I had, I'm just nitpicking. On a scale of all the Kingdom Hearts games, this rates in the top 3, with Kingdom Hearts 2 being my first favorite, Kingdom Hearts 1 being the second, this one being the third. I guess 365 days over 2 being the fourth, and I never played Chain of Memories, but I never played it because, well, first of all, when it first came out, it was just for the Game Boy, and I couldn't really get into the Game Boy version of it, so I kind of just skipped over it. But then they came out with a remake for PS2, Chain of Memories, and I thought they would change it so that the icons, the action command bar was normal, but they still used that card system, and I couldn't really get into the card system. You know, it just kind of confused me, and it would be like really different. This I'm not saying that it wasn't a good game. I'm sure it was a good game, but I just never played it, so I can't really elaborate on it much. And of course, I watched the story of Chain of Memories, so and it was a very good story. It gave a little bit into detail on what's going to happen in Kingdom Hearts 2. At least Chain of Memories did. So yeah. So that's pretty much it for this. Thank you guys very much for watching this, and I'm sorry it took so long to get out again, but you know, I had computer trouble, of course. So I'll keep in touch with you guys about what my next review will be. So thank you very much for watching. Subscribe at the top, comments at the bottom, like whatever you have to do, as I always say. And I will see you guys later. Goodbye.